Oh my god, right, here we fucking go. This is taking me so fucking long to get together today. I'm absolutely not a happy bunny, but we're gonna fucking get on with it. Welcome back to Cocktails with James. I'm James, your host, and this is the podcast where we overthink, we overshare, we get into it, we get into the nitty gritty, we share the stories, and today is another solo episode with me, myself, and I. You are truly blessed and you are truly welcome. I would just like to thank the sponsor of today's episode, which is Trip, which is such a cool thing to be saying. Trip is designed to keep you calm, keep you focused, and help you sleep and help you get through the day. The drink that I'm drinking today is wild mint, and it's infused with magnesium and botanicals, and this is designed to help you stay calm, collected, and all focus at the same time. With magnesium, lion's mane, chamomile, and lemon balm, it's got 120 milligrams of magnesium, it's only 23 calories, and this is a fruity tasting drink, okay? It tastes absolutely amazing, and I've been drinking this for the past few weeks. I wasn't drinking something else, but I didn't really like the effects, I'm not gonna lie. So what I'm loving at the moment is Trip, and you can get 10% off with my code JamesAllen96 at checkout, and there's a link in the description below. It takes you to the storefront, it shows what I've suggested for you to buy, to try and drink and take. There's also some magnesium gummies on there as well, which I've been taking for the past few weeks, and my sleep has been the most uninterrupted sleep I've had in a long time. So I take 3 gummies a night, fall asleep nicely, wake up feeling super refreshed, super bright, super vibrant, ready to conquer the day. So thank you, Trip, to sponsoring today's episode of the podcast. Remember, James Allen 96 for 10% off any of the purchases in the link below. Enjoy. Hello and welcome back to Cocktails with James. I'm James, your host, and we are halfway through the podcast release, and this is like week 4 or 5 whenever this is going to be released, and we are well and truly underway, getting everything out, getting the episodes out. You're meeting the guests, you're meeting the amazing people that have helped me along the way get this podcast up and running, and I couldn't be happier. I've got so many more amazing guests that are in my sleeve, that have been recorded, that will be recorded as well, and when I tell you, it's just going to get better and better. It is just going to get better and better, and I'm still over the moon that I'm able to do this. It is a major passion project of mine to be releasing a podcast all on my own. I edit it, I obviously record it, film it, source the guests, plan the episodes, do all of the social media myself, and I couldn't be happier, more grateful that I have an audience and a platform already with this, and it's just the beginning. So I'm super grateful, and I'm loving the audience participation. I'm loving the comments, the feedback, whether you're commenting on the episodes, whether that's on YouTube, Instagram, even TikTok, podcast, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. You're amazing, you're doing so good for me, and I really do value and appreciate everything you are all saying and doing and sharing. Even if it's just one person listens at this point in time, I'm really happy that you take the time to listen and feedback, and people are loving it. So the solo episode that I released last week or the week before, you were all loved, and a lot of you were very shocked at what I was saying. I don't know why you were shocked. That's me to a T. Those are the conversations I have with my best friends and my family. Nothing is off the table. Nothing is TMI. So just prepare for more. In today's episode, I just want to give you like a brief overview, just life updates, what's been going on, any scandalous confessions. I'm going to attempt to give some advice to a few people that reached out to me on the Confessions app, so it's all completely anonymous. I have no idea who has reached out to me, okay? That is what I'm excited to get into today. So life updates, what we're going to talk about. First and foremost, I've got a brand new motherfucking tattoo. I had it yesterday, so it's fresh on my leg. Now, if anyone knows me, knows I'm a very spiritual person. I absolutely love anything to do with astrology, the spirit world, mediumship, psychics, tarot readings, anything like that. And my tattoo I had done yesterday was by one of my good friends who is trying to become a tattoo artist. So I actually had it done in my house. I'm going to post a picture here for some of you to see the finished results. Now, you might be thinking, what is it? So my tattoo is my constellation star sign of a Scorpio. So you'll be able to see it sort of starts the tail at the end, loops round, and it sort of makes the head of a Scorpio with like its little claws. And that is truly meaningful to me because I'm such a die-hard Scorpio. We are the most misunderstood sign in the world. We, on the outside, we have like this hard exterior that people think they can't crack, and they can't, I'm not gonna lie. But deep down, we are like the most emotionally unstable people ever. With a lot of love to give, super possessive, super dark, mysterious. You'll never 100% know a Scorpio, but they're the most determined, loving, ride or die people for you, and they are people like you want in your life for the best times and the worst times, because we are the best of the best, and I love being a Scorpio. Now, the 9 is my life path number. I think you find your life path number by adding up your date of birth, your like mine is 9/11/1996. So you add that and subtract 27 or something like that, and that means my life path is number 9. Now, I can't remember what it means off the top of my head, but it's something to do with like being on the right path, being really helpful, and just being determined and motivated. Now that resonates with me, so I wanted that on my leg as well, but within the tattoo, and also that I was born on the 9th of November, so it means quite a lot to me. You can probably see that there's a water sign and there's a Scorpio sign next to each other. Again, that's just the horoscope sign, and then the water sign is because I'm water. Scorpio is a water sign, and you will see that there is a Saturn. Now, Saturn is on there because I'm literally deep in the depths of my Saturn returns phase right now. So your Saturn returns phase starts between the age of 27 and ends around 29. And I'm 29 in a few months, so I'm deep in the depths of my Saturn returns phase. And this is basically like how the Ariana Grande song says, it wakes you up, slaps you in the face, and you have to look at who you are, what you've learned, smell the fucking coffee, bitch, and start to get the fuck on with life. That is basically what this is about. And that is what I feel like has happened, so it means a lot to me. So it's just a meaningful tattoo to me. I also think it looks pretty cool, and it's on my leg, so when my legs get bigger and stronger, which they will, get the muscles going, bitch, it will just look cute next to that big fat quad. So that's the update of the week, really. I've got some cool brand collaborations coming in. Trips, one of them, which you've just seen. Loads of other bits and bobs coming in, which I'm going to go into film today. Going for a Nando's today. I am going to try the new Caesar wrap from Nando's, which I'm so excited for. I'm going to meet my friend. We're going to enjoy the Nando's together. And the friend that I'm meeting up with, we became the bestest of friends because of Nando's. We worked in Nando's for over 5 years together. And the store that I'm going to in Newport Spitty, we opened that store. Our names are engraved into the walls of that restaurant. So when we walk in, we feel like royalty, even though no one knows that we work there anymore because the staff has changed like a million times. So I'm very excited for that. Looking forward to trying that Caesar wrap, and I think it's gonna be super tasty. It's gonna be super good, and I love a Caesar wrap. I'm a bitch for a wrap. Anything from Nando's, 10/10 from me. Without further ado, we're going to get into the confession section of the podcast, because this episode is about you, not me. So I can't wait to read out what I've discovered and give my honest, upfront opinions, rants, bants, and explicit content. And that is from Luana, the podcast. I don't know why I've said that, but I'm going to keep that in because they are my idols in the podcast world. I absolutely love them to death. The first message that came through last week was, I really miss you. I wish you texted me more. Now, I don't know who was sent this in. I will be completely honest. I have been the worst person to text as of late. I used to be somebody who was always on my phone, waiting to text back, waiting to reply, because I revolved myself around other people. I wanted to make sure I was at the fastest to reply, the first person to reply. Now that I'm a social media creator, podcast creator, I'm also doing loads of other bits and bobs that you will all have no idea about right now, that I have no time to reply, and I am on my phone all of the time, but it's basically to work. My phone is my job at this point in time. So if you are replying or texting to me, I'm sorry, it's probably just not that important. And if I'm forgetting to reply to you, I'm sorry. Give me a nudge. Say, James, hello, can you reply? Send me a voice message. Do something to make me want to reply. Fuck's sake. On to the next. Part 1. Here we go. I went on multiple dates with this guy. Didn't get to the point of being technically official, as I haven't come out yet. He met my family as friends. Messaged me the next day saying he thinks we might be better just as friends because he's not ready for commitment, and then accidentally sent me a text that was meant for his ex-fiancée, who he bad-mouthed to me regularly, to ask them to get back together and be re-engaged. Okay, sis. Part 1, multiple dates and you aren't officially out yet. So I think it's hard when one person in the situation is out as whatever you're out as, gay, bi, whatever, and the other person is not. It is an instant strain and a one-sided situation because you're constantly having to appease the person who is not out, which might sound really harsh, but I have personal experience of this, and it becomes such a strain on whoever you are dating to go out at certain times, do things at certain times, try not to be seen, try not to be heard at certain points, and it becomes so suppressing that it's depressing, basically. And someone was messaging me last night on Grindr, and they literally, this is fucking hell, right? It's hell out there on Grindr. Fucking don't bother, don't waste your time. I haven't deleted the app because of the nudes are on there and I don't want them to get deleted, but I have literally logged out because I can't be arsed. This person for me, right, last night was like, hey, I saw you out and about with someone the other day, you're really attractive. I said, thank you so much. I said, why is your profile blank? He said, my profile is blank because I'm not out. And I thought, here we go. Nail in the coffin, number one. Number two, I would love to meet you. I said, okay, what would you like to do? We can't go out until about 11 o'clock tonight when my family are asleep. Also, I don't drive. Do you drive? If you drive, could you come pick me up? Fucking hell. Like, the rage I felt inside of, you're really attractive, I'd love to meet you, but it has to be on my terms because of X, Y, and Z reasons. Now, I fully respect people's decision to not be out for whatever reason. Culturally, religion, they're scared. You know, there's so many reasons. So I'm not shaming anyone for not being out and proud, right? What I disagree with at this point in time is getting with somebody that is potentially long-term, who is not fully discovered who they want to be yet, which means you suppress yourself to appease them in their situation. That person might never come out. That person might never want to experience life fully and open as they truly should be because of a number of reasons. So don't go with somebody to suppress yourself because you love them for whatever reason when you are potentially damaging yourself in the long run. Now, going back to what this person said about them messaging their ex-fiance, it does what it says on the tin. Clearly, they broke up with their ex-fiance, went on a few dates with you, probably gaslighted you and said, I absolutely love you to the point of no return, and the next day said, I want to be friends with you. Welcome to being gay. That's all I've got to say. Welcome to the gay world. Welcome to ghosting. Welcome to people doing a 180. Welcome to people turning on you like no tomorrow, okay? You've got it, no tomorrow. Be more savage. If you are not out, figure yourself out first and you will find the right person. The reason that this person was probably with you is because you weren't out, so it was easier for you both to hide. That is the point blank, honest opinion of this situation. Because you weren't out or aren't out, this person thought, great, I can have him and play with him, and that's that. You were never going to be with this person. I'm sorry. If this person was engaged to somebody else, and by the sounds of it, they were out and proud, and you aren't at the moment. And when I say proud, I don't mean proud like you're not proud of yourself. I just say out and proud like it's just something I say. Figure yourself out first, and the rest will follow. I can't stop checking out the hot older guy in my gym changing rooms. He gets fully naked in front of me, and all I want to do is drag him into my shower cubicle. Babes, no shame. Looking and window shopping is absolutely on the cards for everybody. Even if you're married and in a relationship, everyone does this. Everyone has a cheeky glance, you know, the eyes wander. That's absolutely fine. And if this person is doing it more than once or twice, 3 or 4 times, and you sort of end up being in this situation a lot, and it happens a lot, and it's not a coincidence, maybe you need to do something back to make this person aware that you're aware and you're down to scrub up together after a sweaty gym session. That's all I'm saying. Maybe if you're not on Grindr, download the app and see if he's on there, you know, when you're in the same location together. If you're always in the gym, do that. If this person you know is like basically fully off the cards and you want to fantasize, do fantasize, but don't do it to the point where like you might make this person uncomfortable. But I think that's hot as F. An older hot guy in the gym getting undressed in front of you is every gay guy's fantasy. Am I wrong? No. My best gay friend absolutely loves going to the gym changing rooms. He tells me all the time, oh, I've had the best view today. He'll tell me what he's seen. And it just makes me die. He is, honestly, he's the best. He's an icon. But this hot older guy getting in, take it in, enjoy it from a distance, you know, just enjoy that moment, because he might not be there for a long time if he's an older man. And if you can, I want to know, drag him in, and if you have, whoever this is, tell me. I want to know. I want an update. Okay. Plain and simple. Are you single? As in me, myself, and I. Yes, I am so motherfucking single that it hurts. I have friends who are pregnant, married, getting married, planning their weddings, buying a house, and I'm over here running a podcast called Cocktails with James because I am what? An entrepreneur. Extremely single to the point that like, I don't know what to do. I do not know how to find a man. I've had one relationship, it was 4 years, and that was 4 years ago. So I've basically been like single for all of my life. You know, those 4 years are like neutralized now. I would love a partner. I would love a boyfriend. I would love someone to come into my life and experience the journey that I'm on because so much cool stuff is happening, and I would love to share my life with somebody and have just, I want a best friend who's also going to be my boyfriend. And I would love someone, I really would. I'm not fully looking because I've done so much looking and I've tried my absolute hardest on dating apps and doing things in person. That hasn't worked for me, so I have had to take a step back purely because I was bogging myself down and getting into such a rut of trying to find somebody that I was losing myself in the process and I wasn't enjoying it. I was like, okay, fine, they're not it, next. Which is fine, everyone gets into that rut, everyone gets into that situation when they're looking. So I'm going to not look. And if anyone listens to this part of the episode and knows somebody who might like a 6'4", I'm going to say it, tall, dark and handsome man who goes to the gym, is a social media content creator and influencer, podcast producer, director, send them my way. Or send them my Instagram or TikTok. Maybe not the TikTok, there's a lot of stories on there, but yes, very much single. This is a really nice one. Having a gay uncle really was a blessing growing up, a really important support. However, you know the pool is small when you find out the guy that you're hooking up with on Grindr also slept with your uncle. I do not know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm just lucky that I don't have a gay uncle. I've got gay aunties and cousins, but I do not have a gay uncle. I am the uncle. I am the gay uncle. Now, this is it, isn't it? People don't realise how small the pool is. People don't realise how small the pool is. It is like a big fish in a tiny pond 9 times out of 10. Everyone knows everyone. Everybody has slept with everybody. I live in a very small town. I live in Newport. It's a small town. Everything is like 20 minutes away on a car or a bus. Like, you know, it's close by. Everything is close to each other. So I completely get this so much. But the fact that the person that you're hooking up with has slept with your uncle, kind of iconic, I would say. That is like something that, you know, you could take to the grave and not tell him. Or you could just have this conversation and be like, look, Uncle John, what's going on? Where are we aligning? Because we can't keep doing this. You need to get off Grindr and find the right people your age, or this is gonna just keep happening. I would have that conversation because I don't know how I would approach the conversation, but I would have that conversation because like, what if one day you accidentally start speaking to him? It's happened, it has happened, it probably has happened, and it can happen again. What if you start speaking to him? You know? And if you said he's a great support, I'm sure he'd be very understanding, and the gays being the gays would just have a crazy laugh about it, because that is very, very funny in my opinion. Like, you're like, what are the odds your gay uncle slept with somebody else, you know? That you're sleeping with? I can't wrap my head around it. It's very funny. What's my body count? Would you like to know what my body count is? My body count is... I have no idea. I have no idea what my body count is because I don't keep a tally of people I have enjoyed life with. I do not keep a tally of people that I have frequented. Who does? I think is a bit sad. This day and age of body counting is so icky. And I think if you want to know body counts, is it all the way? Is it a bit of this, a bit of that? Is it, you know, what do we class as body counts? Because the numbers would be very different. That's all I'm going to say. The numbers would be very different. I don't care. I do not, if it does not bother me, I do not keep, I have no idea. I do not care. I have no idea who I slept with. I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember the majority of people, because a lot of it is like, it's hookups, right? It's hookups or one night stands. Like, a lot of the time, I don't go back to people, and they just become like a fleeting memory, or no memory at all, which I don't know if that's good or bad. It sounds really bad, actually, doesn't it? But I have no idea. And there has been times where I've spoken to people who have literally told me that they have a spreadsheet of people they've slept with, categorized into good, bad, ugly, blah, 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 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10, whatever. And I could not imagine anything worse. That's just embarrassing. Why would you have a spreadsheet of people you've slept with? And I've seen people like literally doing the end of year spreadsheets or the end of year PowerPoints telling the world their Grindr encounters, they grind the numbers. How do you know? How do you keep tally? Like, it's impressive to me, but also a bit low-key sad. Low-key sad. Why do you care that much? A hookup, body count, whatever, to me, is a contractual agreement between two people that they share their bodies for an X amount of time to do what they want to do and enjoy what they want to enjoy. And that is that. And if it progresses, it progresses. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And that is that. Like, don't deep it. If you keep a spreadsheet, you're deep in it. Oh my god, my nose is so fucking itchy. Oh, for fuck's sake. I broke up with my ex-boyfriend after encountering a file detected to picture... Oh, I'm going to say this again. I broke up with my ex-boyfriend after encountering a file dedicated to pictures of girls from Instagram. The photos were cropped to waist-down photos of their feet. I found that his sole turn-on was feet. I can deal with a side fetish, but the sole turn-on was feet. There was also stuff from the dark web on his laptop and feet subscriptions. I left the laptop open, collected my things, and broke up with him. It's haunted me ever since. Now, the person who actually wrote this in to me actually messaged me and said, this was me. And I said, are you having me on? Because the way they spelt soul is soul as in S-O-L-E. So soul of the foot. Not, is it S-O-U-L, like their sole purpose? I was laughing so much to the point that I thought this was like just an extended joke. So your boyfriend was screen grabbing pictures of people's feet, and you can deal with a fetish. Great. Dark web stuff is something I'm not even going to discuss, because you should not be on the dark web. That is the whole point of the dark web being called the dark web, is because it's the dark web. Get off it. It's not good. It's illegal. The feet thing for me is, I would class that as cheating. Call me dramatic. A fetish is a fetish. But if you are in a relationship, in a long-term relationship, you would explore those things with each other. So if he likes your feet and you want a bit of peanut butter on them feet to lick it off, go and do it. Do it. Who needs to know? What you do under the comfort of your own comfort blanket is up to you. But if somebody is screenshotting pictures of other people and saving those images for themselves and maybe getting a little bit of pleasure, for me, I think that's a no-go. So I'm glad you left. I'm glad that you ended it where you needed to end it. I'm glad you left the laptop open so he knew what you found. That's enough said. Iconic exit. Okay, this is a good one. I hooked up with a really hot guy that I met online. Afterwards, he tried to pay me. Turns out he had a boyfriend and felt as though he wouldn't be cheating on me if it was transactional. I took the money. See no evil monkey emoji. Take that motherfucking money, bitch. Take the money. If he's cheating on you, he's doing a bad thing. If you've made some coin by getting your zhuzh and letting this man do what he wants to do, that is absolutely fine. I'm going to lean in and tell you right now, I'm proud of you for taking the money. I am proud of you for allowing this man who has cheated, this low-life man who is, I'm sorry to say, scum of the earth, anyone who cheats, scum of the earth, to pay you. Take his money. Take all of his money. I appreciate that so much. What I don't appreciate is him cheating and then saying, because I've paid, it's not cheating. What is a prostitute? What is an escort? It's still cheating. It is. If you are, I think, speaking to somebody, if you're in a relationship and you're flirting with somebody else, cheating. If you're kissing somebody else, cheating. Anything to do with giving attention to somebody else in a way that shouldn't happen in a relationship, to me, is cheating. So he's wrong, you're right. Take the money. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy with you. And the person who gave you the money and said this isn't cheating because I paid you, I hope that boyfriend of yours is no longer yours. I hope you are so unhappily single. Oh, this is a good one. Let's see what we can say with this one. I've always been nervous about dating. I haven't been on many dates, but started to recently. I'm a decent guy, but I have been ghosted a lot. I've heard similar stories from other people. I've always been nervous about dating. I haven't been on many dates, but started to recently. I'm a decent guy, but have been ghosted a lot. I've heard similar stories from other people. I just don't get it. Why can't guys just say up front and be like, I'm sorry, I don't think it will work out? Now, I personally have been on both ends of this situation where I've technically ghosted and not ghosted, and it hurts either way. Like, it's not a nice thing to do, or it's not a nice thing to receive. I think part of the community is these standards that we live up to of the perfect person, the perfect body, the perfect face, the perfect hair, the perfect job, the perfect amount of money, whatever else that might be. And we live to these standards that we're never going to reach. And the sooner that we all realize that, the sooner we'll probably be more happier as a community and as people in hopefully happy and healthy relationships one day. Until that happens, ghosting is such a common thing. We all experience it. It's just a waste of time. I've experienced it a lot more recently, like happening to me. And that is why I'm taking a break from dating at this point in time personally, because it's soul destroying in a way, because you put time and effort into someone that you like, you build up some level of connection, you learn about each other, whether you do meet up or not meet up over text or whatever, and then all of a sudden they just go radio silent. You question so much about yourself as to why that has happened, and you question your self-worth, and that is something you should never do. Never question your self-worth over somebody who is ghosting you, because 9 times out of 10, what has happened is they've started speaking to somebody else and their attention's gone somewhere else. So it's not necessarily because you're not meeting their standards or whatever, but it doesn't even matter if you're not meeting their standards, because you will meet somebody's standards and someone will meet your standards, and you will be happy and healthy and happily married one day, hopefully with somebody you love. So don't worry too much about ghosting. Don't take offense to it. I guess maybe cherry pick a bit more who you speak to and who you invest your time in, and especially if you've always been nervous about dating and you haven't gone on many dates but you've started to recently. Like, it's almost like speed dating or an interview process. Sometimes not everything's right for the right person, and sometimes people don't want to say it, and that's okay. In my opinion, that's okay. If someone doesn't want to say fully that they're not interested, it's fine. Actions speak louder than words. So don't take it offensively. Don't say that. Please don't think that you are the problem. That is the main point of this section. Do not think you are the problem, because you are not. You are deserving of love. You are deserving of a partner. You are deserving of a happy life. You are deserving of finding somebody who will love you for who you are, regardless of looks, regardless of where your life has been, where your life is going. Somebody who will love you wholeheartedly for you, and that will happen. The people who ghost and ghost you, or who are ghosting, which I have done in the past, hold my hands up, they aren't the right person. And I think the fact that they ghost you is everything you need to know. And you are amazing, you are worthy, you are deserving. Anything that has happened, don't take it on board. Let it all go. And if it does happen a lot, take a break. Just find yourself, recenter yourself, figure out who you want, figure out what you want, figure out what you don't want, and take this as a lesson, nothing else, because it's going to happen a lot to all of us. It doesn't matter who you are, what you look like. Ghosting is so, unfortunately, common. Thank you so much for everybody writing in. That was quite a lot, actually. I was so surprised. They were just a couple of confessions, and I absolutely loved reading all of them. They were the ones I wanted to talk about over everything else. I've got a lot more coming up, so I'm going to be recording again tomorrow. So the ones I didn't speak about today, I will speak about tomorrow with a guest that I've got coming on, and they are going to be amazing at giving advice. I'm very sure and very excited for them to come on and get that out to you in the next few weeks. But again, thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much for all the sharing and the caring. Thank you for writing in and being open and honest with these confessions, with these secrets of yours. I really do appreciate it. And again, it's all anonymous, but it's opening up in a way that allows me to share this to the world and give that advice out, and also, give people a laugh along the way, which is what this is all about. It's all lighthearted. Nothing is too serious. And I hope what I've said has made you laugh, maybe made you cringe a little. And I hope what you've heard has also maybe helped you along the way. And to know that you're not alone in any of these situations. You are all probably so familiar with these situations. Oh my God, so itchy. You're probably all so familiar with these situations. So thank you again for listening to Cocktails with James. I'm James, your host, and you can find this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You can watch this episode on YouTube, and you can write in to the podcast which is going to be cocktailswithjames@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok, which is Cocktails with James, and send me a DM if you like. You can go onto my profile, see the links, you can see everything that you need to know about the information, and you can also see about Trip, which is today's sponsor of the podcast. Like, share, get it out. Follow me on all social media. Help this go as big as it needs to be and as big as I want it to be. And I absolutely appreciate you and love you all. So thank you again for listening, supporting, being there for me. You're all amazing. Thank you again for listening to me ramble on for over 30 minutes. And thank you for writing in. It's been so much fun. I love speaking to you through this form and giving you the advice, whether it's unsolicited or even probably wrong. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you. Here's the next one.